Head over to our contest page and enter for your shot at a pair of reserved seats to an early screening of The Running Man in theaters November 14th. Enter today at KFAN.com, keyword contest. That's KFAN.com, keyword contest.
Someone wants me to start talking about the Wolves not trying. We'll get to that. Trust me. Especially when Rosen gets here, because he loves himself some Wolves. He thinks they're going to be the number 2 seed in the Western Conference. That was his prediction early in the year.
I bet if you asked him that today, he would not. Yeah, well, he would not stick with that prediction.
That was literally that was as embarrassing a defensive performance I think has ever been witnessed in the history of the NBA. I mean, they basically, after they just got steamrolled in the third quarter, they just didn't even, they basically offered no resistance in the fourth quarter at all. Did they give up like 40 or 45 points in the final frame again? I mean, it's just like, aren't fans insulted by that? Aren't they embarrassed and ashamed that they just give up and say, what? But when you've got guaranteed millions of dollars, it's an 82-game schedule, and nobody can do anything about it, they can't make you try. You just say, I'm not going to try. It's just really sad. But anyways, it's time for...
I think you already answered question number 1, but we'll get to it anyway.
Time now for 5 questions. Well, actually 3, but 5 sounds like more than 4. Question number 1.
It's now time to take an in-depth look at the welfare of the Wolves.
Yeah, the Wolves dropped to 4-4 after losing 137 to 114 last night in New York. The Knicks owned the glass, scoring 31 second chance points. Anthony Edwards returned from his hamstring injury, but had just 15 points on 5 of 13 shooting to go along with 5 assists. Julius Randle led the Wolves with 32 points. Bodega Cat tallied 15 points and 10 rebounds for New York. Common, what sticks out to you from last night's loss in the Big Apple?
The gamer from the Fish Wrap Factory West Side, here's a paragraph. But the Knicks dominated the third quarter. They hung 40 points on the Wolves and led 94-86 after 3. They capitalized on 5 Wolves turnovers, just sloppy basketball. 5 Wolves turnovers for 12 points while shooting 61% for the quarter. Not getting a hand in somebody's face, apparently. Brunson at 12, Towns 10, Unubi 10, all hit double figures in the quarter. In one quarter, 3 players, double figures. That's never happened in the NBA. Well, maybe in the previous Timberwolves game, maybe it happened. The Wolves' offense went cold to the tune of 38% shooting. Minnesota never threatened in the fourth, allowing 43 points in the final quarter. They gave up 83 points in the second half. 83. Now, the Wolves fans out there get tired of me harping on and hammering the Wolves about that. Try to defend that, pardon the pun. You can't. That's an indefensible performance. But they have guaranteed salaries, and there's nothing you can do about it. And you know what? They'll make the playoffs, right? Because, well, maybe they won't. Maybe,
you never know.
Maybe they won't make the playoffs if they continue to play this way. That's all I take from it. Is just I don't. And you know what? Here's the headline. There's a headline of a second there. Anthony Edwards, in return from hamstring injury, sacrifices offense to play tough defense. At least one guy wanted to play defense. Just so sad.
Follow-up question.
Okay.
Yeah. It's been a year since Karl Anthony Towns was traded from Minnesota to New York. Bodega Cat was asked his thoughts on the trade a year later last night after the game. He said, quote, "I'm still stunned. I'm still stunned. It's weird. I feel more like a Knick now after everything we went through last year, but it's weird to see that Wolves jersey, especially the fire black one, and not see Towns on the back of it." Common, looking back a year later, did the Wolves make the right move with the trade of Bodega Cat?
Well, again, it's I would like to have seen them keep Karl Anthony Towns. I think he's a terrific player. And we know his foibles, but we also know he's got a lot of positives in his game. But they were up against it. They were, what is it called? The second apron of the luxury tax? Is that what it is? So there was somebody who was going to have to go. I would have let Gobert go, but Gobert defensively was a 4-time defensive player of the year. So it's like, well, we know that Towns sometimes can be a liability defensively. So if you're going to hang your hat on defense, which again, the teams, they were a really good defensive team 2 years ago, not bad last year. They've just kind of forgotten how to play it, I guess, this year. But they probably did have to, and Randall and DiVincenzo, they're right now, along with Edwards, they're probably the 3 best players. Certainly Randall is it's the old Batman Robin, Green Hornet Cato. Are there any other superheroes that are duos? So, they probably made the right decision, though. Because to get something, you got to give something. And I think it was mostly had to do with money, right? They just needed to. They had too many. They were top heavy in contracts, and they had to move on with their lives. So, yeah. But it would have been nice to have kept them. But I think they probably did what they had to. And Randall and DiVincenzo both played well for the Wolves.
Question number 2.
The year of the cat.
Yeah, we got a Lions question for you. Lions quarterback Jared Goff is at risk of taking more sacks this season than he ever has in his career. Goff has been sacked 18 times in 8 games, which puts him on pace to take 38 sacks in a 17-game season. That would top his previous career high of 35 in 2021. Obviously, he took 5 sacks in Sunday's loss to the Minnesota Vikings. Common, can the Lions fix their sack problem? And if not, are they in trouble this season?
Well, they fix it by playing like they did last year, where they almost always played to the lead. So then they could pick their spots throwing the football. Now, like Sunday, they have to throw it a lot. Also, in Viking fans should be aware of this. The Viking fans know what it's like to try to run an offense when your offensive line is a mess. The Vikings were missing Darisaw, missing O'Neal, the center, the Ryan guy. What's his name again?
Ryan Kelly.
Ryan Kelly. He's been out now with 2 concussions. The rookie left guard, he missed a game or 2 because he had that wrist injury. And we saw the result. Vikings couldn't run the ball. They couldn't protect the quarterback. Wentz got a fractured shoulder out of the deal and all sorts of other injuries. And that's what happened Lions on Sunday with the Vikings. The defense was hard hitting. They out-physical Detroit, and they beat the Detroit players up to the point that some were injured. Not cheap shots. I'm just saying they were injured in the game. They were playing 3 offensive linemen short and sometimes even 4. So if they don't get healthy on the offensive line, because Goff's he doesn't move around well in the pocket. So, they could be in big trouble. Yeah, certainly.
Question number 3.
Controversy.
I'm going to say something controversial.
That's interesting.
It's time now for the controversial question of the day.
That's a golf question, so it's right up your alley. Common, you get 1 shot to win $1 million. Here's option number 1. 8-foot putt, gentle uphill and gentle right to left break, but you got to make it. Option 2, 100 yards in the fairway, hole in the center of the green. Greens are receptive, no wind, and you got to hit it inside 25 feet. What option are you taking?
Well, until Larry Mondello guy, Lake Wobegon baseball guy, Samanoka guy got in my head, living rent-free in my head, I would have done the putt. I've discovered my 2 favorite wedges. I carry so many wedges now. I have a legal number of clubs in my bag. You can count them if you want. I have a pitching wedge. I have a sand wedge, which is a 56 degree. I also have a 52 degree wedge. No, a 54. Well, I don't use the 55. I need to take that out. But anyways, so I have a pitching wedge, 56, 54, 45, 45 and a 50-degree wedge. My 45 and 50-degree wedges are deadly. I would take that with 100 yards within
100?
25 feet.
Yes.
Oh, I'll take that every time. I'd go out there and do that right now today, and I would knock it within 10 feet. Yeah, I'd take that. That 45 and 50-degree wedges, I just absolutely adore them, and I can hit them both. The 45, I can push to 105, maybe even 110.
Well, that might go long then for you.
But the 50-degree wedge, but I can hit it all sorts of different. I can hit it 10 yards to 110 yards. Just depends. Club is my brush, balls my paint, course is my canvas. And then that 50-degree wedge is so good from 80 to 100 to 102 or so. I mean, I just love those clubs. I would take the wedge from
what stroke is easier to hit under pressure? Right? A putting stroke or a wedge stroke from 100?
I think
that's what I was trying to consider.
Well, I think a wedge stroke from 100 for me is easier because even though I putt as good as any.
At least with the wedge shot, you know how hard you need to hit it, right?
Yeah.
Like the 8-footer, there has to be a certain amount of pace that you could be questioning, whereas the 100-yard shot is, well, you're just taking a full swing at it.
Well, when the putter's on, I would take my putter because I putt better than 75, 60% of the players on tour. But I just love my wedge. The wedge play I'm having trouble with are the delicate ones around the green. It's like instead of those soft hands like a watchmaker or a heart surgeon, you would think my dad was a blacksmith. I mean, I just can't. I either kind of flub it a little bit or I hit it a little too hard. So I'm going to have to go work on that.
And that's it for today's edition of 5 Questions. Well, actually 3 questions, but 5 sounds like more than 4.
To the delight of many, the golf season might be over for me after tomorrow because weather's taking a turn for the worse, and mornings are going to be 28 degrees, and I can't play, and I'm not going to take a day off to play in 42-degree weather.
And now you're going to start coming to the station earlier.
Much earlier. Yeah, and maybe you and I can bond and do some prep.
You're breaking. Maybe you can read your text messages.
You know, I could do that too. You know what else we're going to do on the other side of the break? We don't need to pad between 1:30 and 2 because that's spread swing.
Yeah.
Let's do midseason NFL awards on the other side of the break. But right now you have a keyword, right?
Yeah, the fan and 2 men in a junk truck want to give you a shot to win bonus bucks with our national cash contest. Just enter the keyword deposit at KFAN.com. Right now for your shot at winning. That keyword is deposit. Enter now at KFAN.com. We all remember that one teacher who made a difference, who believed in us, challenged us, or just made learning fun. Now's your chance to say thank you in a big way with iHeartRadio's Thank a Teacher, powered by Donors Choose. Nominate an outstanding public school teacher who's gone above and beyond for their students to win $5,000 to stock their classroom with whatever they need. Help us say thank you to the educators shaping our future. Nominate your favorite teacher now at iHeartRadio.com/teachers.
Clayton from Rochester, a regular listener of the Grum and a frequent contributor to the Bradshaw and Bryant KFAN text line, says this, Tenneby, before we get to midseason awards. It says, Common, your meandering is like a savvy quarterback who can scramble or move around in the pocket when the play breaks down. Rosen's is Cousins-like. Cousins has his spreadsheet and Rosen has his iPad when things go off script. There you go. That's a good apt comparison. I'm like Fran Tarkington. When the play breaks down, which often happens, usually right at 12 noon, I'm able to move around the pocket and make something out of nothing. Tenneby's about to make some nominations for mid-season NFL awards.
Here are your
Whoops.
Hold on, I got to play the open first. Where'd the open go? Here we go.
Live from the dimly lit iHeartMedia Studios in St. Louis Park, it's the
2025
NFL Midseason Awards. And now your host
It is
of
dimly
the
lit.
program, the NFL buffoon at noon, the common man, Dan Cole.
And then when Barrero comes in, the first thing he does, he just hits the lights and throws him up to full bore.
I do the opposite in here. Usually it's full bore and I dim them.
Yeah.
So We have 5 categories
The
today.
dimness of the lighting matches the dimness in my brain. That's why I do it. Yes, go ahead.
We have 5 categories for the NFL Midseason Awards. Are you ready for the nominees?
Yes.
Here are your nominees for NFL Midseason MVP. Josh Allen, Buffalo Bills. Matthew Stafford, Los Angeles Rams. Drake May, New England Patriots. Sam Darnold, Seattle Seahawks. Daniel Jones, Indianapolis Colts.
Oh, am I supposed to pick?
Yeah, that's for you. You get to pick them. Yeah. Those are the nominees. You pick the winner.
All quarterbacks, huh?
Typically, that's what it is.
Yeah, it is.
I guess you could throw Jonathan Taylor in there.
You could have thrown JT in there.
Yeah.
Maybe Gink, the way he played.
Well,
I mean, everybody's saying that
he might be the Vikings MVP.
The defense was different when Gink was in the game. Man, you could make a case for all 3 of those guys, or all 5 of those guys. I'll go with Sammy Darnold, though. Because I think I don't, I don't have every roster in front of me, and I don't have all the statistics to prove what I'm about to say, but I think he helped Seattle a lot. I mean, I think, Seattle they got a nice team, but I think he's really elevated that offense with his play. He's, he's probably has, a lot of players are looking for that. They have a chip on their shoulder. Matter of fact, we talked about it with yesterday. We talked about with the Wolves. Would Towns have a chip on his chest? He's still bitter about leaving, and even Randall and DiVincenzo weren't interested in leaving the Knicks. I think that caught them off guard as well. So it's almost like, and then we know Aaron Rodgers. He likes to show organizations that he still has football left in him. So I think Darnold, when the Vikings said, "Hey, we love you, but we ain't going to give you that kind of money. Thanks." And it's like, oh, okay. And then he went. So I think that's maybe been some of the motivation. I don't know, maybe not at all. And I'm not saying he's mad at the Vikings or doesn't like them, but it's like when you're told your services are no longer needed, especially when you've played pretty well, I think there's a bit of that. So I would give it to Darnold. You?
Here are your nominees for NFL midseason. If just going off the first half of the season, I would, Sam Darnold or Daniel Jones. Okay. As weird as that sounds, given they were both on the Vikings roster last year.
Very good.
Here are your nominees for NFL midseason best coach. Shane Steichen, Indianapolis Colts. Mike Vrabel, New England Patriots. Mike McDonald, Seattle Seahawks. Kyle Shanahan, San Francisco 49ers. And Sean McVay, Los Angeles Rams.
What's really amazing about Mike McDonald is he went from being with the Doobie Brothers, and then from there he moved on to be coaching in the National Football League. And I don't know what it is, but I keep forgetting he's not in the Doobies anymore. I keep forgetting. Sorry. I now know why that one guy from Bach doesn't like the show. I understand.
I always love that one.
I don't know about the coach thing. Coaches coach, players play. Yeah, I'll give it to Seattle guy.
It's hard to argue.
I'll give it to Sean Steichen. Is that his name?
No, he's Mike McDonald.
Oh.
Steichen is with Indianapolis.
Oh.
It's hard to argue them as well.
Yeah. One of the two.
You could even say Shanahan, given he's got the 49ers at 6-3, despite just a rash of injuries, including their quarterback. That's been pretty. Now, we knew going into this year that they were going to have a weaker schedule, a softer schedule.
Yeah,
so that's
true.
part of it. But still, 6-3 when you haven't had your starting quarterback and receivers hurt and tight ends been hurt and Fred Warner's now out. That's pretty impressive.
Sounds like you're selecting a guy that wasn't even nominated.
No, he was nominated.
Oh, he was.
I had Shanahan on there.
Oh, did you? I'm sorry.
All right, we got 3 more categories. Are you ready?
Very good.
Here are your nominees for NFL midseason biggest surprise. Rico Dowdle, Carolina Panthers. Joe Flacco, Cincinnati Bengals. Jackson Smith-Njigba, Seattle Seahawks. Daniel Jones, Indianapolis Colts. And Sam Darnold, Seattle Seahawks.
What was this one for?
Biggest surprise.
Oh. A Jigway, because I'd never heard of him before the season started. So he's mine. Yeah, I didn't even know who the hell he was.
He was a first-round pick a couple of years ago.
Okay.
But still, he's putting up numbers that are rivaling Jamar Chase. And numbers are better than Jamar Chase and Justin Jefferson right
As
now.
PA would say, they would make Jamar Chase
Blush.
and Justin Jefferson blush. Who do you?
I think the correct answer is Daniel Jones. Nobody.
Yeah, that's true.
Daniel Jones didn't see this coming. Daniel Jones' parents didn't see this coming. The head coach at Indianapolis did not see this coming. He had to earn the job in training camp to begin with against Anthony Richardson, who had shown really nothing or in the early stages of his career.
I stand corrected.
Nobody saw Daniel Jones coming. So I would say Darnold at least had a quality year last year.
Correct.
So the fact that he's had a good year in Seattle is not. Now, I think he's elevated his play even more, but that's not overly shocking. Whereas Daniel Jones came out of nowhere.
That is correct.
Here are your nominees for NFL midseason biggest disappointment. Jerry Jeudy, Cleveland Browns. Saquon Barkley, Philadelphia Eagles. Jaden Daniels, Washington Commanders. Kyler Murray, Arizona Cardinals. And J.J. McCarthy, Minnesota Vikings.
Where am I on that list? I've been a real disappointment in the NFL. Why'd you throw JJ? Just want to get people going?
I mean, before last week, I think many would consider him to be on that list.
Oh, yeah. Quickly, the other three, or other four.
Jaden Daniels, Washington, Saquon. Who else did I throw in there?
Yeah.
Jerry Jeudy, Cleveland.
Judy. Well, he's got an excuse. There's nothing there.
He's been brutally bad, though.
Yeah, okay.
Like, he had a good year last year.
I still think, it could be, and it might not even be his fault, but coming off a 2,000-yard rushing year,
Yeah.
a season in which you could have set the National Football League record had the coach allowed you to play, which I think we discussed that at the time, and I didn't have a problem. Do you let guys go for personal records at the risk of some serious type of injury, going into postseason play? And they ended up winning the big game, and he was a large part of it, so it was probably a good idea not to play him. Not that he would have gotten hurt, but to not, I would put him there. And then who was the first one?
I don't even remember.
The other guy you just mentioned.
Here are your nominees for NFL midseason biggest disappointment.
There was a quarterback.
Jerry Jeudy,
not
Cleveland
Jeudy.
Browns. Saquon Barkley, Philadelphia Eagles. Jaden Daniels, Washington.
Jaden Daniels. Now, again, that's not all on him and the injury now. But, yeah, he looked like he was about to become
The next best thing.
the next best thing.
The next Josh Allen.
Exactly, but it's not been
Now, the
that.
knock on him coming out of college was he was a little brittle.
Oh, really?
And that has now it didn't come to fruition in year one. He was healthy all of year one. Now we're starting to see it a little bit, that he's a little bit slender. He's going to need to put on some weight. And, it might just be any other quarterback that might get hurt being in those spots, but it's 2 injuries now this year for him. One final one quickly.
Sure.
Here are the nominees for NFL midseason best defensive player. Myles Garrett, Cleveland Browns. Micah Parsons, Green Bay Packers. Will Anderson Jr., Houston Texans. Jamal Dean, Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And Isaiah Rodgers, Minnesota Vikings.
Isaiah Rodgers, Minnesota Vikings. For sure. Who do you have? Did Deuce get back to you?
Yeah, he finally did,
Okay,
yes.
very good.
I
And
just texted him.
and he's not
He's going
calling-
to text me his picks, yeah.
He's I love that he's much more responsible than his dad. He's actually out of state, but he's also working remotely, and he has to be involved in some type of a Zoom meeting or something.
I miss the old Deuce that would skip class at Nebraska to be on
I
spread
kind of
swing.
miss that a little bit too. But Spread Swing is up next here on the Common Man program on the Fan.
Hey, Rubes, this football season, Bell Bank is giving one KFAN listener each week $1,000 to pay it forward to a charity of their choice. Just head over to KFAN.com, keyword contest to learn more and enter today. That's KFAN.com, keyword contest.
ditty means it's time now for
Spread Swing.
yes, Spread Swing. I'm Comedies 10 to be. Mark Rosen joins us now in studio. Good to see you, my friend.
Thank you. Good to be here.
Deuce is not going to be here. Well, he's mixing business with pleasure. He flew to Austin, Texas to visit with his friend Lon, and they're going to see a band called Tame Impala, I think.
Tame Impala?
Yeah, apparently they're very...
In the afternoon?
They're very popular.
Oh.
No,
tonight.
They're tonight or tomorrow.
Got it.
But he also is working remotely, and he had to do some type of
He's responsible then.
Yes, well, unlike his father, who would have just skipped out, he has to do some type of a Zoom meeting or something at 1:30. So he's not here. I'm hoping, did you pre-record a fake laugh from Deuce? We should have done. We should all record a fake laugh when we're not here.
We're missing
because there's time when Rosen won't be here or I won't be here. You seem to always be here, and Deuce isn't here. Then we can throw in the fake laugh. We'll have to do that for next time. But
I think I have some from.
Yeah, there's that.
That's me.
Yeah,
you too.
Rosen.
Yeah, I got you too.
Well, is that first one Barrero or me? Because Barrero and I did the same. I did one that was.
Well, this one's Barrero.
Oh, yeah.
This is you.
Yeah. Okay. Very good.
Why does that make you laugh?
We don't have a Deuce one, though. We'll have to work on that.
He's got a good one, too.
But anyway, here we are.
All right. So he still has his picks?
Yes, he did. He did submit his picks.
All right.
So,
should we tell you where we're at first?
Yes. Well, I'm very curious.
Yeah,
Get ready for the fake laughter.
Right.
Well, going into last week, Common, you were in the lead with 62.5 points. I can't believe I'm saying this, but Deuce was in second place.
Astonishing.
With 26.5 points. I was in third with 20 points. And as I mentioned, Rosen, I had screwed up your total from the previous week.
Oh. You did.
You were actually like 14.5 points worse than what I had told you.
What?
Oh.
So
you can't pick up the flag once the play's over.
14.5 points worse.
You were actually -2 going into last week.
Well,
that's not even a fake laugh on my point. That's funny.
I'm objecting to that, I think.
We'll begin with Mark Rosen, who was in the basement going into it. And let's just say he's going to stay there. Rosen had New England -5.5 points against the Atlanta Falcons. Falcons. New England did win, but only by a point. So you lost 4.5 points there. You also were very confident in Danny Dimes and Jonathan Taylor in the Indianapolis Colts. You had the Colts -3 at Pittsburgh. They lost by a tutty.
Yeah.
They lost 10 points. So Rosen, you dropped 14.5 points. You are now at -16.5 points.
This is a low watermark for my entire spread swing career.
We knew Deuce couldn't stay in second place for too long. He has dropped to third place. He had Jacksonville -3 against Vegas. They did win, but only by a point. As Vegas went for 2 in overtime to try to win the game outright. They didn't make it, but he loses 2 points there. He also had Kansas City -2 at Buffalo. They lost by a touchdown. So he lost 9 points there. So Deuce drops back to 15.5 points. I'm now in second place.
I stayed in first.
I'm the only one who moved up this week.
Very good.
I had Baltimore -7.5 against Miami on Thursday Night Football. They won 28-6, so I gained 14.5 points.
That was a great pick on your part.
And I wish Deuce was here for this one, because all I remember is I picked Atlanta +5.5 against New England, which was opposite of Rosen.
Right.
And Deuce, who wasn't even a part of this, had to chime because he got sniped by Rosen.
Right.
Yeah.
He had to chime in about how it was the worst pick in the history of NFL spread swing. And while I didn't, get a king's ransom out of it, I gained 4.5 points out of it. So what do you think of that, Deuce?
What do you think of that
now? What do you think?
Deuce?
What do you think of that? So I'm now at 39 points. I'm in second place, but
objects in your mirror may be closer than they appear.
Well, I must have made points. The red hot Lions were taking on the woeful Vikings.
You had Detroit -8.5 against Minnesota, and you doubled down. They lost by 3, which means your double down turned into -23.
Oh boy!
In that game,
Is that the most points lost so far this year?
For you?
Well, for anybody.
I doubt it's for anybody. No, Rosen had Atlanta minus 7.5 a couple weeks ago where he lost 31.5 points. I'm trying to look
I can't figure out that team. I'm staying away from Atlanta. They're
Deuce has had a minus 18.
schizophrenic.
All right.
It's like my worst score was a minus 10.5. Yeah, so looks like the second worst score of the year. At least you had a small victory in your other one, though. You had Denver plus 1.5, and they won by 3 at Houston. So you gained 4.5 points there. So, Common, you're still in first place. Okay. You're with 44 points. I'm only 5 points back with 39. Deuce is in third place with 15.5. Rosen's in last at minus 16.5.
That'll change.
So it's going to go Rosen, Deuce, Tenabe, Common is the order today.
Spread swing.
Well, at least my Denver over Kansas City pick to win the division that's going to cost you $50 is looking pretty good right now. Remember that one?
Oh, that ain't over.
No, I know it's not over.
Long way to go.
Long ways to go. You're absolutely right. But for now, it's good. Okay, I'm going to go straight to Monday Night Football. Eagles. Philadelphia is 7-0 since 2023 in the month of November. They're playing at Green Bay. The Packers blanked the bed last week against Carolina. Eagles are just, I think, too good. Green Bay's interesting team, but up and down. But I'm taking the Eagles. I'm going because
Go Eagles.
Go Eagles because again their record in November speaks for itself. And the last couple of years. I know it's this year.
Yeah,
but they're
last November or the November before.
I know. I think they can keep the Packers reeling, and of course you'd love to see Philadelphia win that game. So I will go.
I did have Philly as my second choice.
Oh wow! Well,
my second snipe here.
I think Tenabe or Rosen are just trying to curry favor with Vikings fans.
Of course they are. Of course I am.
I get that.
No. All right.
I understand.
Eagles.
So you're taking Philadelphia plus 1.5 at Lambeau Field.
Correct.
Spread swing.
NFL's nothing but a racket. Now what do you think? What do you think of that?
You want to know who Deuce is taking in this one?
First pick? Yeah.
I guess we do have audio of Deuce telling us who he's going to pick.
San Diego Superchargers. San Diego Superchargers. San Diego Superchargers. San Diego Superchargers. Now what do you think? What do you think of that?
Yeah.
That was just last
That's
week,
his
too.
best moment he's ever had.
Yeah. Now what do you think? What do you think?
He's going to go with the Los Angeles San Diego Superchargers minus 3 at home against Pittsburgh, which I would just avoid this game altogether. I think it's going to be probably a 3-point game either way. But
and that Steelers
Chargers
club,
have not been playing great.
Steelers club had a nice win last week.
Yeah, against the Colts.
Yeah, that's a nice W.
So I would have loved to have heard his reasoning, but he's too professional for us today.
Dedicated to his craft.
Yeah.
Spread swing.
Looks like for the second straight week, I am going against the New England Patriots. I'm going to take the Tampa Bay Buccaneers minus 2.5 at home against New England. Tampa Bay comes in rested. They're coming off a bye. Drake May obviously has been very good, MVP candidate this year, but his offensive line has not been good. They've given up 6 sacks in consecutive weeks, and if you account their strength of schedule, their defense is one of the bottom 10 in the league. I think they have been beating up on poor opponents. Last week you saw they barely got by an Atlanta team that is not as good as Tampa Bay. You get the travel, you get the warm destination, Tampa Bay coming off a bye. I think the Tampa Bay Buccaneers are going to win this one by 17.
Wow.
Over the New England Patriots.
Really?
Gosh.
I'm going with Tampa Bay minus 2.5.
All right.
Spread swing.
Has there been a team ever in the history of point spreads that has played as badly as a favorite at home against a team that was reeling? They were, 8.5-point favorites over the Vikings. The following week, they're 8-point favorites again, this time on the road against Washington. I'm not sure I understand that, other than, I guess,
Washington's in trouble.
Yeah, they're in some trouble.
Not just Daniels.
So I guess, I mean, it's like sometimes this is, I know I don't know if there's grumbling behind the scenes with the three of you that will come and always gets to take the lines. It always doesn't work. I mean, there have been some years it hasn't worked at all.
I would have taken the lines last week. So I'm glad you did snipe me.
So there you go in the Lions. But I'll go with them. I mean, you're right. I mean, that Washington team is they're reeling, to say the least. And the QB, the punky QB, is out for the foreseeable future.
Right.
So yeah, and I don't know if you've ever listened to a Dan Campbell news conference, but they're highly entertaining with. He just doesn't. I mean, he just kind of tells it like it is. If they're bad, and what's the problem? And but he always does. He goes, "Well, we're going to figure it out." He keeps saying that, but whether they get it figured out or not, I don't know. But he says they will, so we'll find out if they do it as soon as this weekend. But I'll take the Kitties, and I'll give up the 8 points.
Spread swing.
I'm up again, right? Okay.
It's all you, Rosie. Yeah, well, you're leading off today.
I'm leading off. All right. Well, I'm going to go with
the Vikings.
Number 9.
Yeah, I
knew Number 9. Baltimore should not be favored by 4 points in this game.
Above average.
Here. Not here. No, they should not. And for no other reason than that, I'm taking the purple. And plus, I think
they're both purple.
Well, that's true. That's a good point.
So let's see. He picks against Green Bay at home.
I haven't taken the Vikings all year.
And now he's taking the Vikings.
I have not taken them once this year.
I know.
So I just think as an underdog at home, I think...
that's wrong. You took them in week 5.
I did?
Yeah.
Oh, thanks for telling me. Who did I take them against?
Whoever they played in week 5.
All right. I'll have to look it up. Well, anyway,
that was the Cleveland game.
Oh, okay. That was a neutral site game.
You gained a half a point on that one.
Well, it's better than losing. So,
yes.
I just feel that the Vikings defense got itself straightened out, and Lamar's Lamar. We understand that, but I think the Ravens have enough weaknesses, and I still don't trust. Well, I still don't trust their defense the way they've been playing this year. They had, I'm not looking at last week's game against the Dolphins. That's, I think they're going to have to get rattled by this crowd a little bit. I think the Vikings defense can make things happen, and I think they're going to ride high.
The Vikings defense was terrible until last week.
I understand that.
But now you think they're back.
I think they're back. Yeah.
If you would have sniped me on this one, Rosen, I was actually going to take Baltimore +4 or -4.
Oh, go ahead. Oh, yeah.
Well, I'm not going to now because you didn't snipe the pick I like better. But I'm just letting you know.
Okay.
My fear with this game is it's easy to say the Vikings defense is back, right? They got Van Ginkel back and Harrison Smith was playing more, and they got all the pieces in place. The defense with B-Flow wants to be aggressive, wants to be in blitz. Mm-hmm. I just think it's easier to do that against a statuesque quarterback like Jared Goff than it is with Lamar Jackson. I don't know if he can be that. I don't know if he can be that aggressive all the time, and that's going to change the way they defend. So I do have concerns about. Well, go ahead and send the blitz, and Lamar's going to escape the pocket and run for 65.
Well, if this game was even, I wouldn't take the Vikings. But I think the fact that the Ravens are 4-point favorites, I'm thinking the Vikings even win by a field goal.
I was surprised
that they weren't.
I was surprised they weren't 10-point favorites. But
come on,
the Ravens.
Yeah,
come on.
Well, they were
when Lamar Jackson plays, they're elite,
and they were. You know what their record is against NFC teams? 24-3.
Well, using your logic, that doesn't mean anything.
I know, but I wanted to come back with you because of the November with the Eagles. So I'm just using your logic.
Right. You're right. They're 7-0 in November.
So he's taking Minnesota. Very good.
Okay.
Spread swing.
Deuce is going to go with some Cats. He can't go with the Lions, but he's going to take the Carolina Panthers.
Oh, my.
Who are minus 5.5 points at home.
He finds some doozies
against the New Orleans Saints. I don't mind this pick.
Yeah, that's true.
No.
I don't know
anybody playing the Saints.
I don't know if you can fully trust the Carolina Panthers with this, especially offensively. I don't know if you can expect a big output out of that offense. But when you're playing the Saints, a blowout is always possible.
Yes.
So I don't think it's an awful pick.
No, it's not an awful pick. No.
Playing at home.
Spread swing.
So Teneby didn't get sniped, so this must be his second favorite pick.
No, my second one was Philadelphia. I did get sniped on that one.
Okay.
This one's my third pick.
Okay.
My fourth pick would have been Baltimore. Seattle. Are they one of the best teams in football? They're minus 6.5 against the Arizona Cardinals. We all know Sam Darnold at this point is an MVP candidate. What's going under the radar is how good defensively they are. They've allowed just more than 20 points just once in 8 games this season. They are 4th in pressure rate, 3rd in sacks, and they do it with just a 4-man rush. And now they're playing an Arizona team that Jacoby Brissett was sacked 5 times against a terrible Dallas Cowboys defense. And Arizona's coming off a short week. They had played on Monday Night Football.
And Seattle has the 12th man.
They do have the 12th man.
Yeah, but they're better on the road than they are at home. They just don't lose it on the road, Seattle. Yeah.
Well,
so
home, road, I don't care. I don't care if it's cloudy and the noise is bouncing off the clouds and coming back down. I'm taking Seattle minus 6.5 against
You don't
Zona.
care if Krusty is one of the cheerleaders for Seattle.
Spread swing.
Last week, they were the only winless team in the National Football League.
Oh, boy.
Jets, Jets.
The Jets won their first game, and I think they're on a roll. Jets at home, an underdog to Cleveland.
That is embarrassing to be a home dog to Cleveland.
To Cleveland to the Browns.
What's left of the Jets team?
The Jets, what happened now?
Well, they just got, they
just traded a bunch of guys.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
Sauce Gardner.
I guess they did, didn't they?
Yeah.
But Justin Fields was motivated last week after basically the owner called him out and said he was terrible.
Wow.
Thanks for talking me out of that pick.
Oh, you're not going to do that?
No, I'm not. No.
Oh, I didn't want to do that.
You just talked me out of that pick. I'm going to
watch the Jets win by 20.
Well, that's what I was thinking.
Well, go ahead. We don't want to talk you out of it. That's your pick.
I like this Bears club. I think the Giants. The Giants they had that. Was it a 2-game winning streak? They played a couple of good games in a row. Jackson Dart looked real good. I think that team's in some trouble. I think the Bears. Now I know it was the Bungles, but I just like the way the Bears. They just hung around. They can't spell the word quit. Well, actually, they can. They just refuse to dot the I and cross the T. I like the Bears at home. I know I'm giving up 5, but I think the Bears, that's a tough guy town.
Yeah.
And I think the Bears are getting ready for that. The Giants and the Bears are getting ready for that game right now. So I'll take Chicago at Connellan Town.
There you go.
It's a tough guy town.
Yeah.
Tough guy town. There we go. There is spread shrink. And let's do this. Let's take a break. We'll come back. We got an hour to go with the legendary Mark Rose and Tenneby and the Common Man right here on The Fan.